All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another amazing night of Awakening America. Please help me welcome all the way from San Diego, California, the coast, the beaches, the weather, the beauty, the man, the legend himself, eight-figure earner, Mr. Dave Daughtry. What's going on, Dave? How you doing tonight, man?
Omar, I love your energy, brother. You always bring this incredible exuberance, this energy to the table. So thank you. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for those words. So I know you've been in, I know a lot of things are happening. We're going to touch a few topics real quick. We're going to go breezing over a few questions if it's okay. First off, thank you for taking out of your time. And I just want to ask you a few questions. If, start getting into the point. If we get to, we want to share maybe a few slides, we will as we go. But tell us a little bit about you. Get a little bit about your story. What's your background? What were you doing before you met this opportunity? And how was this industry and this opportunity so perfect for the now? How did it evolve into that?
Yeah, thank you, Omar. As a young man in my early 20s, I started going to college, and I quickly realized that path really wasn't for me personally, because I didn't really want to work for anybody else. I didn't want to build someone else's dream. I had a lot of dreams, a lot of ambition. And one day I actually ran into someone who asked me if I wanted to learn how to get paid for what I start. And I did not understand that concept, but this individual caught my attention and I listened to him. And the more I listened to him, the more things made sense. I had a bit of an entrepreneurial mind because I didn't want to work for anybody else. I had big dreams. And that day changed my life. There's been many days, just like with all of you. There's decisions that you make in life that all of a sudden your life takes a different path, a different course. And it's completely life-changing. And that's what happened to me. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, that was 41 years ago.
Wow, look at that. 41 years ago. Today, you're still getting paid on something you started. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But it's amazing that although these years pass, now more than ever, the world is confused out there. We're going through chaos, crazy stuff, pandemics, a lot of stuff that has been happening. I can't say the C word, but all that stuff that came through has affected jobs losing. And we're on the verge of a recession, which if it collapses, it collapses. And on top of that, you're thriving. You got teams that are thriving. You got three teams that are crushing it and making things happen. And families that are being changed through this opportunity. And I'd like to kind of like pick your brains and kind of dig in a little bit into that. How is it possible with all that's happening, yet there's an opportunity that can have people stay afloat and not being affected from whatever happens in any administration?
Right. Yeah. My message has actually changed a bit. And really that's what we all are. We're messengers. We are presenting an option to people, an option that they can look at, which can change their life financially and physically. They can grow personally. So, it's just unlimited really what you can achieve with this particular option. Now, I fell into this really by dumb luck, honestly. But I hate to use the word luck because I always say, the harder you work, the luckier you get. But sometimes we're at the right place at the right time. And that happened to me. And it really was my ignorance. Honestly, I was at 21 years old. I was naive about business, entrepreneurship, personal development, and all that. So once I realized I had a mentor that I could just latch onto, and I learned real quick that you are who you associate yourself with. So if you associate yourself with millionaires, guess what? You're going to learn something. And so I learned a lot at a young age. I had wonderful mentors. But things have evolved so much. I've been through a number of recessions in this industry, the Reagan recession in the 80s, the Obama recession. Now we're going through tough times, the pandemic and so forth. So in my message today, I tell people, look, people still dream. Everyone has dreams. Everyone hopes to live a life of abundance. So they want to live a life of contribution, not just a life of survival. So what are the options? Well, go get another job. Well, who wants to do that? Again, it goes back to building someone else's dream, not yours. And there's only 24 hours in a day. So what are you going to do? Work 10 jobs and not sleep? You'll never have time. No time with your kids, no time with your family, no time for yourself. So another job's really not a viable option. Well, what about going back to school and getting a degree? Now you go back to college, but I tell you what, people that I know, they've gone back and gotten masters and PhDs. None of them have told me that the price they paid to go back in time and money equated to a substantial income in their financial position in life. So they still found themselves, not achieving their financial goals. All right. What about starting a conventional business? I applaud and admire the people that take that plunge, take that challenge, because they realize, you know what? I know I can't do it for someone else. I'll do it for myself. Here's the problem with that. Unless you really understand how to build a big business, because we're talking about making some serious money, there's a lot you have to do. A lot of heavy lifting, administration, employees, overhead expenses, understand balance sheets, understand profit and loss statements. If you want to expand, understand international business, licensing, then you got your taxes, your payroll, all that stuff you have to deal with. And frankly, that's not me. That's just not that's not my cup of tea. So the option that I chose, Omar, is find someone that is already, they have a turnkey system in place. They've got amazing products that people can use in an industry, by the way, that's $4.2 trillion. Everybody aspires to have good health. Most people aspire to have financial independence, and they look for happiness. All right. So this option I chose by partnering with a solid company like For Life, well, they do the administration. They pay the overhead expenses. They pay the rent. They pay the employees. They pay the inventory. They pay the licensing. They pay the payroll taxes. I do none of that. I'm a messenger. I get paid to do one thing only, Omar, and that is simply talk to people, develop relationships, and share this option with them. Health, wellness, financial freedom. Everyone looks for that.
And you didn't have to go to college to get a degree on this. You develop personal human skills, which is basically human skills, which we do here. We speak, we talk to people, we reach out, we make connections. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to make more friends than anything. So a lot of people misunderstand this industry, this profession. And when they come into this industry of network marketing, they forget to be human. And that's amazing. Now, you had already an entrepreneur mindset and kind of like you knew where you could put your money if you would like to. But what made you choose this industry? What made you choose this opportunity? I mean, what was it that made you see beyond a brick and mortar or just anything that you can build with your own hands?
Right. Look, I've been through ups and downs over the 41 years. I've been with For Life for 25 years of the 41. So obviously I was doing something before For Life. But fortunately, my path, which consisted of a couple of business failures, led to For Life. And I'm very blessed that it did. But, I've always said this business model of network marketing will never let you down. This business model is amazing because of the benefits that you get from it, which I just mentioned, from not having to administrate a business with employees and all that. But then what about time compression? When you can focus on one thing, Omar, you can compress a lifetime of work down into a few years. So what if it took 5 years to build yourself, where you can establish financial independence? All right. Then what about the residual income? As I mentioned earlier, getting paid for what you start. See, most people don't understand that you can build a residual, which you have a income stream. Even if you aren't here on this planet because something happens to you, the income still flows in, because if I'm not here, does that mean no one in the world is going to still buy For Life products? Of course they are. So the money still comes in. Now, I might not be here to get it, but my family does, Gabby, my wife, my kids. So this is an incredible business model. But here's what's happened lately, Omar. Times have changed. I grew up old school in the 80s, in the 90s, even early 2000s, where it was a lot of face-to-face interaction, talking to people, making friends, new acquaintances, affiliates, associates. Well, today we live in a small world. Globalization is real. I mean, how many people have Facebook friends all around the world, or Instagram, or you're on TikTok, social media? Today, this world is a world of communication and information. It's all at your fingertips, and it's relatively free. You can talk to someone on WhatsApp with WhatsApp or Messenger instantly. Back in the day when I was getting started, in the 80s, it cost a lot of money just to call someone across the state, let alone across the country or around the world. So globalization, it's real. Take advantage of it. Begin in your backyard, because that might be where you know people, but people know people all over the world. I talked to someone yesterday. They said, you know what? I'm new to Dallas. I just came here and all my contacts are somewhere else. Wonderful. Zoom has no boundaries. You're all somewhere around the world right now. Anna's in Colombia. We got people around the country. So that's what's great about using this option and the tools, taking advantage of globalization. Then what about rentability?
I like that. And for the person who's here on here tonight, just understand that when he means that he was also making calls, he was also visiting people, wasting gas, going to places. You traveled, right? I heard once that you were traveling to places to get and meet teams, meet people. And that doesn't guarantee that people are going to do the business or they're going to grow. So nowadays we have these tools that they come so handy for us to connect with the world and be part of this globalization and this global economy per se. But also, it gives us something more than that. I believe there's something about rentability. Correct?
Yeah, that's the residual income part. I mean, if you had 100 houses or an apartment complex with 100 apartments or units, what happens if people rent those? You have an income stream. So again, if you're going to do something for your financial well-being, do something that brings a residual income. That's what makes this beautiful, because we've got something that people consume. They consume it every day, every month. People come back and buy more. Some might not buy for a month or two, but they come back and buy. Some buy every month. My family, we use our 4Life products every day. I mean, one of my favorites right now is the gummy bears. So we've got wonderful products that people consume. You make money every time someone purchases a product. What a great concept. And then what about community? Why do people get on Facebook? Why do they use Instagram? Why do they subscribe to YouTube channels? I mean, I'm a nut with YouTube channels. I subscribe to all kinds of YouTube, from personal development to dogs, even history. I love history. So I'm subscribed. People like to be part of a community. And that's what we have here. I mean, look what we've got right now. Many people from around the country, around the world joining us. This is our 4Life community. So again, it's a sense of belonging where people can feel they're loved, needed, wanted, and we're here to help them achieve their dreams, Omar.
Absolutely. I love that. Especially the community part. You're not by yourself. People think that, you signed up and all right, figure it out. This is not corporate America. We have people here that they're all over the country, all over the world, actually. And they're willing to share the knowledge, share the wisdom. I mean, how much would it cost to pick the brains of an 8-figure earner? And you have it here tonight for free. You're probably at home, in your living room. You're probably in your room, in your car. I don't know, but you have the access to this just on your phone, and this can connect you to the world. Now, I know I was reading an article, and a lot of experts say that you need to find within this industry the right company, which you have mentioned, but it needs to have a tangible product that people can actually consume, as you were mentioning, Top. And we don't just have a Me Too product, like you say. What exactly does this company have that it makes it so special, so unique?
This goes back to my story, actually, because as I mentioned, I've been through a couple of business failures, but I always believed in this business model if I could just find the right business partner. All right. Kind of like marriage, you find the right partner, you've got a lifetime marriage. All right. If you don't, who knows? But I was down on my luck. In 1998, I had something called Crohn's disease. It was a digestive disorder. I was suffering from that. And a gentleman sent me a bottle of this particular product, Transfer Factor. So I told my wife, Gabby, I've got to go meet this founder. I've got to just at least ask some serious questions just to see where he's going with all this. Flew to Utah, met David Lisenby. That day changed our lives. I knew, with or without Gabby and I, this company would succeed because he's got the principles and values. He's conservative. And by the way, that's why we're debt-free today when a lot of companies are going out of business. I just found out yesterday, 4 companies in this industry are ready to go out of business now. They can't deal with it. They're leveraged too much in debt. We're debt-free, all right? So here we are, a company with no debt, manufactures our own products, has our own scientific team that works full-time to bring innovative products, patented products, unique products that are not me too, like Transfer Factor, which is by the way, the only supplement, the only, if you want to even call it a nutrient on the planet, no drug can do it, no other supplement can do it, which is educate your immune system. Educate your immune system to recognize, respond to, and remember global threats. Nothing else. So when I learned that, I thought, you know what? Who needs a product like that? Everybody. And by the way, when COVID came, my business grew in one single month over 15 million. In 1 month, it went up 15. What's that? 2 million. That's what, 500,000 a day, I guess. You know, every single day it grew in March of 2020. And the reason I say that is because when you have a great product with a great founder that started this company, great people, multinational, all right? That's why I chose For Life, is because, and I was right, because I joined For Life while other people I know went with other companies. And those companies are not around today. And I can even mention them: Zango, Vima, Advocare, Monavi. They're gone. Gone. To me, that's sad. You know, if you go out and build up a residual income that is to sustain your family and your life, and you're trying to establish financial independence, and it's gone. So I love For Life. Here we are, as I said, 25 years in the making, debt-free, unique products. And by the way, Gold Factor. I love Gold Factor. 10 years. And Omar, this is another thing, and we'll move on here, but this just shows the seriousness our company takes in the science and the innovation. 10 years it took to bring Gold Factor from concept to market. 10 years. A lot of research, a lot of studying. What is Gold Factor, by the way? It's probably, it is the best anti-aging product there is out there that will help you, especially those that are getting to a point where they have in their life where they're experiencing some age-related conditions like arthritis, let's say. This actually activates an enzyme called telomerase. What's telomerase? It's an enzyme that protects telomeres. What are telomeres? They're the tails on every cell of your body. The faster that those tails disintegrate, the more you age. So it accelerates as we get older. Cells are born and they die quicker and quicker and quicker, and we get older and older and older. What if you could activate an enzyme in your body that slows down the degradation of the telomeres, and you could actually reverse age-related conditions? We have that product, and it's patented. And by the way, the scientists behind it that worked with For Life on this won a Nobel Prize. I'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely. So for those who may be here on the first time and you're listening about Transfer Factor or Gold Factor, you may be asking, what in the world is that? Get with the person who invited you, ask them to share more information. There are videos, there's infographics, there's stuff that you need to know, and especially you need to know and understand the science behind that. There's a lady called Elizabeth Blackburn. She is not part of For Life research, but she was part of this research. And she is like the lady that started talking about telomeres and stuff about 14 years ago. And she's like top of the line, top of the notch stuff. So dig into that. Ask the person who invited you to give more information. There's over 90 something or maybe 100 products. So we're not going to cover them all that, but at least understand that you can live better, have a superior quality of health, and you can actually reverse your aging. So take note of that. All right. So let's say I wanted to, if I'm here for the first time, I'm kind of excited. How would I actually get started? If I wanted to get started, do I have to go to the bank and get a loan? Do I have to break my bank or make me the piggy bank? Or is it simple as just understanding that people are already spending the money? How would I get started?
You know, that's one of the benefits, by the way, of this business. You don't have to go get a loan, all right? You know, you don't have to break your bank to start this business. It's very, very simple, all right? You know, it's basically $25 to open up an account. And if you purchase a little bit of product, we're talking maybe $250 to $300 of product, then it's free. The sign up is free, all right? But you can actually get started for under $200, starting your business. Starting a business, all right? Which you get, by the way, a cell phone app, which has like a university to educate you, videos, product profiles, everything you need, reports to look at your business, to manage your business, a CRM built in it to manage your contacts, who's interested, who's not, who could be a prospective customer or an affiliate. So all of that you get, and you get your personal e-commerce website, all right, your own domain basically, to share your link with people all over the world. If somebody bought something in Europe, you get 25%. You know, if you sign somebody up, they want to be an affiliate, you get 25%. So the way the money is made is a few different ways. And by the way, when I talk to people about this option that we're talking about tonight, that's always my focus, to show them the option to make more money if they choose. If they decide they want to be a customer, wonderful. They can participate in For Life. Many customers become great affiliates eventually. So you want to become a customer, no problem. I love my customers. In my network, there's over 500,000 customers. You know, they haven't sponsored anybody into the program, but they use the products. All right. So being a customer is one way. Now, the other way, we do have a brand ambassador program. I've got a lady up in LA. She's an influencer. You know, she works with celebrities, Viola Davis and other celebrities that use our products. The celebrities use the For Life products. Well, being an influencer, she's really not into building a network. That's fine. Now, I'm a networker. I build networks. She wants to be an influencer. She gets 25% doing that. Wonderful. All right. So there's different ways you can participate. Me personally, when I talk to someone, you want to become a customer, no problem. You want to become an influencer, no problem. But you know what my focus is? The network. If I ask you, would you rather earn 25% of 10,000 or 2% of 10 million?
2% of 10 million.
Obviously. Well, how can you do that? Through the duplication, the education, the building process. You see? So that's what you want to learn. Where do you learn that? By getting involved with us and learning. We teach and it's free. It's not like Tony Robbins, you got to pay $10,000 to come and listen. No, it's free of charge. So we're willing to teach others how to take advantage of this option to build a network. All right. So getting started is simple. Like I said, you know, it could be under $200 to start your entire business and get your e-commerce platform. You got your app for your phone to get started. You got a team of people to work with. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. All right. So, and then there's the bonuses, you know, Omar. We're not going to get into how the entire pay plan and all that. You can get paid on your network, global network, by the way. You can get to the point, seriously, and I see this happen quickly. Just happened with a lady in Kenya who I've been working with. She lives in Kenya. Now she's got people in the States. She's asleep in Kenya. Someone over here in the US just sponsored someone today, and she's going to find out when she wakes up in the morning, she just earned a little bit of money while she was sleeping. That's networking.
That's the power of that. And
Yes.
that's why we have to take advantage of these tools, social media and stuff that connects us to the world, basically. And like you said, imagine, well, there's somebody sleeping on the other side. Somebody's waking up over here in the US, maybe brushing the teeth with our toothpaste, maybe prepping the first shake in the morning with our shake, or maybe having an energy drink to start the day, and you get them paid while they sleep. I mean, you can't beat that. That's just amazing. That's awesome. And also, as part of our community, we have all the trainings, we have the system in place. Everything is there. You literally just have to go into the app and like Dave said, there's a mini university in there. Don't try to learn it all at once because you're gonna go crazy and it might give you a brain damage. But you have everything from basics to a little bit more advanced to higher advanced, and maybe even become the next 8-figure earner in our company, just like Dave. And I'm glad that you brought that up because a lot of people don't understand. Now, Dave, we're living in crazy times. Like you started on tonight, people might have 2-3 jobs, and there's somebody right now. Maybe there's a single mom, or there's a head of household, man, looking at and like, man, this sounds good, but how am I gonna do it? Like, what time? How much time do I got to put into this to a business? Do I got to clock in 8 hours again?
No, that's the beauty of this business is you work your own schedule, all right? So you control your life. And the beauty about networking, by the way, is like I mentioned, the lady in Kenya, she's asleep. And yet she has somebody over here that sponsored someone today and she made a little bit of money, right? So the point is that everyone knows someone, everybody. So if you're willing to open up your door to the circle of influence of people that you know and invite them to just take a look at this option. How many people to start making money? 1, you start making money on the first person you sponsor, 25%, right? They come in with a small 2 bottles, let's say, of a product. You made yourself $25 like that. What if you go out and sponsor 3 people, Omar? 3. We use the power of 3. It's called me and my 3. If you can enroll or sponsor 3 people, now you're going to earn that bonus I mentioned. You're going to earn from your little network you're starting, and you're going to earn also every single month what's called a builder bonus. And that can be from $50 to $800 every single month. On top, that's extra, by the way, extra, all right? So the point I want to make is this. Quickly, people can start making $1,000, $2,000 a month if they choose to do that. If they're willing to go out and just start doing a little bit of work, and you don't have to literally kill yourself doing this. Honestly, it's simple. It is simple. What does it take to invite someone to come and listen?
Absolutely. And one thing we know for sure, because I experienced this when I started, I used to tell my upline and mentor Camacho, but I don't know what to say. I don't know how to give the presentation. We got you. Bring them here. The team, the system going to work for you. And that's something I've learned throughout these years. You start getting to know a family. You're not just going to have business partners. You're not just going to have just a raving fan, rah. No, there's people who actually support you, people who go and say lock on with you. And the surprising part, that to me, people who are just cross lines, people who might not even benefit financially from you, are willing to help you, are willing to support, are willing to lock arms and say, don't worry, you're going to make this happen. Your dreams are important, your success is important, and we're going to make this happen. We either find a way or make one.
You made a good point, Omar, very important as we finish up tonight. People getting started, you don't have to explain it all. You shouldn't try to explain it all. You earn while you learn. That's what makes this business so great. It's not like going to college and saying, well, I want to be a heart surgeon. I got to spend the next, 12 to 14 years studying before I can do that. No. All right. You just invite people to come to the table. What do you say to them? I have just discovered what I feel is a great business opportunity, and I'm looking for some business partners. People talk every day about being business partners, an idea, so invite them to the table and let someone else serve the meal. And that's what we do. And that's what we're doing tonight, by the way. Opportunity presentation, and we have PowerPoints. We've got all kinds of tools that can be used as well, but we wanted tonight to be a little bit of a different format. And frankly, I think this is actually more effective, honestly.
Absolutely. I think because we're a community, they're going back, they're interactive. Just, I think it makes people understand, first off, that we're real. We're not just trying to show you something to impress you. No, this is real. We're talking stuff. We're talking success. And if you might feel at some point that, oh, I don't have that business mindset, well, then lead with product. But we teach you exactly everything you need to learn, anything you need to know. And as Dave said, you can earn while you learn. So don't hesitate. Your dreams are on the table right now. Everything is at risk. You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
And remember, Omar, we've got two of the three things people aspire for in life. Health. We've got the products to help them maintain or reestablish good health. Right? It's a $4.2 trillion industry. Health and wellness. Okay. Unique patented products. Health. Financial freedom. Everybody I've seen to meet aspires to not have debt or not have to struggle financially. They would love to be financially free, to travel the world, live a life of abundance. That's what we offer people. We teach them, we work with them, help them get that. So two of the three, the third being happiness. I mean, if we could put that in the bottle, it'd be great, But the fact is, I've learned that if you have good health and you're financially independent with no financial stress or worries, you tend to be a bit happier.
People they tend to age slower too. Yeah, one thing before we close, I don't know what's the reason you're here on tonight. If you're here for the first time, the second, maybe you watched this before, and maybe something here tonight just touched you in a different way. I don't know the situation you're going through right now. And maybe you were just asking God for an opportunity. Maybe you want to spend more time with your family, your spouse, your kids. Maybe you haven't been able to surprise your kids at school at their birthdays and be there and just come out of the blue and say, I don't need to go to work because I can have a spare time. If I don't have PTO, I still could pay my day because I have an extra income coming in. But if I get the permission, I'm going to go make that happen. Or if you'd like to just be more present, there's one thing you can't get back. This time. And three things you can never get back: stone thrown in the water, a word that was said, and an opportunity when it comes to your life. So take that deep into your heart, think about it, sleep on it tonight. And if you feel in some little tiny way that this spoke to you tonight, just let that seed sprout and go follow your dreams, make them come true. You have the right people, the right team here tonight to make that happen. Like Awakening America talk show. You come here to learn about an opportunity. You meet the team, meet the community, meet the peeps, but you also leave from here with some nuggets. You leave from here with information that if you don't get it to sleep tonight, don't blame me, blame Dave, because he was the one to give you the information. All right, God bless you all. Have an amazing night, and I'll see you all over the top.